practices into fall camp, just how's it feel to be back out here?
Man, summer's a long time, but it goes by quick. It's really great to be out with all the guys, man, just getting that good on good work. But it's really a blessing.
You and Jaron, is this a sword or is this practice related?
No, I caught a katana to the face, and it got me when I wasn't looking. But all reality, just on this rugby field, things are a little bit different. But you can't be the Mike linebacker, Will linebacker with that little cut on your face. So it's just something I've adapted.
Seriousness though, how are those younger guys coming along? Not just Jaron, but Kobe and Kip.
Oh, absolutely, man. Especially those freshmen that have just got on campus, in the summer. Man, they've improved so fast, man. I look at it like a proud father. Grandpa Venables gets on them, but I'm always there. I got their back, and they've made so much improvement, man. And it's a little learning curve, going to Coach Venables and the way he teaches a young player that's into the program, and but they've been handling it so well. The vast improvement that I've seen since day one, it's great.
What were kind of your first impressions of guys like Lewis and Samuel?
Man, those guys are talented. They're young. They're hungry. But especially Lewis, man, we play the same position. It's been great to see a guy like that where his instincts are just off the chart, man. He just has a nose for the football. I kind of see myself when I look into a guy like that. So it's just someone that I always want to take under my wing and kind of be his lifeline.
Danny, it's been talked about a lot, just you taking leadership, not only the linebacker group, but the defense as a whole. Maybe just after a few practices, does it feel any different? Are you going into these practices any different, more from a leadership aspect?
Yeah, I mean, when you try to step up as leader, you can't bring that intensity down any bit. Coach Venables does a tremendous job, always being 212. And so that's something when you step on this field, you can't have an off day. Everyone looks up to you to set the standard. So you got to push through, kind of that wall. Those days where you're tired and your body hurts. You got to find a way to get past that because everyone's looking out to you, and you got to be the spark plug for the defense.
Does it feel like pressure to have those expectations and try to get there, or is it exciting in a way?
I mean, it's kind of exciting. Pressure's there, but pressure forms diamonds. All the greats had the pressure and they've all managed it. I want to be another one of those guys.
It's in the spring, but what's it like having Skowski down here?
Oh, tremendous person, man. Someone with that much knowledge. The younger side of it, it's awesome.
Well, just overall, I mean, defensively, what have you seen from that linebacker group? I mean, you talked about the young guys, but maybe how does it compare to last year? Are you seeing what you're wanting to see out of that group?
Oh, absolutely. Comparing last year, looking at it, with the new system, the kind of guys are slow to pick things up, and now that we have guys that have already been in the system for a little bit, and able to kind of teach those younger guys, it makes the transition so much easier for those guys that are just now coming in. We've already kind of laid the foundation for them, so we can kind of they can just take our stepping stones and just learn so much faster.
Brett talked at Big 12 Media Days a lot about some of the player-led kind of walkthroughs and stuff that you guys went through. At what point did you realize, I'm actually able to run this myself, and you actually get, good work out of it as opposed to kind of feeling lost and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, coming in, I always had a guy like Justin Broyles or a Pat Fields that were older guys that have been in the program, and then they kind of knew the consistency, the tempo, and then when Coach V came in, it's a whole new system that you have to learn, and then kind of just having that experience and knowing what it looks like. And now I can go out by myself, get all the guys together, and we have other leaders that are helping us where we know what it looks like, where we can do it by ourselves.
Is that kind of the biggest area of gains you felt like you guys had this summer, is being able to continue that work through the spring on your own?
Absolutely. I think last year, looking back at it, we were so new to the system, it's hard. You can't be around the coaches 24/7. But now with the leaders that have stepped up, it's like we're kind of miniature coaches when they can't be around.
Sticking with the linebacker group, how do you think you guys did on Saturday?
I think I saw a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. Offense and defense went back and forth. There's a lot of stuff we can look at, but you got to look at the stuff we did wrong and make improvements on that. Coach Venables, looks at the film and he's going to critique. Even on those good plays, there's still mistakes. When you're always chasing excellence, it's hard. You can never really reach that, but that's what the standard is.
Talking about that scrimmage on Saturday, maybe what stood out to you about the offense, and even after a few practices, what has stood out to you about that group?
Man, Coach Levy really has that tempo down. Getting out there. When we're out here, we do a few plays of tempo, but when it's a full scrimmage, it's a different deal. So it's really nice to get that tempo because it's really the fastest in the country. So we bring the different pressures, and they've adjusted to that, and they bring the tempo, and we have to adjust to that.
The defensive line being so much bigger, what does that do for you guys, especially when you're defending the run, as far as your responsibility is kind of that second level?
Yeah, I mean, they eat up double teams, eat up blocks, so it really cleans up our job, When they're getting that push, getting that knockback, it makes it real easy for the linebackers to fit their gaps and know their responsibilities and see their keys.
Is that different from last year? Not that anyone's doing anything wrong, but you have so much more beef to
Well, yeah, they are bigger, but also they also have a more understanding of the knowledge of the playbook. Those stunts that are designed for them to free them up. They have a better understanding. They know their steps, and they've been under Coach Bates, Coach James, that's really taught them the technique that needs to run that type of defense.
You check?
What's some impressions of the freshmen here, Lewis and Sammy?
Yeah, like I said earlier, those are two guys, especially Taylor, who I was actually running him a little bit, but he had a great scrimmage from him. Coming out there ready, had an interception, a big PBU playing deep. Those are guys that can run, man. It's especially having older guys. We know what it looks like now, and having dudes that come in here, hungry to learn. They're always just soaking up knowledge, man. It really sponges up the game.
Along those lines, you talked a little bit about Jaron earlier, but just a little bit more about him from last year to this year. Maybe where have you seen him grow the most? What are the expectations for a guy like him?
Yeah, last year he was really just a high school quarterback. So now he's had a few months under Coach Venables. He's really transitioned to a real actual Oklahoma linebacker. It's great to see like that with him and Kobe have really developed and to be such great players.